You said y'all. You call me old?
No, not y'all.
Call me young.
Are you talking about me?
I'm definitely calling you young though, Jonah. Don't worry. No,
he said.
He said whatever whatever they did before technology. That's cool.
Oh yeah,
we have it now.
No, yeah, like I think because like they had to know when the shadows and all that shit.
Yeah,
like you had to know
sundials
all that
and shit. Yeah, you got a digital clock now.
Locked in.
We've been reading Big Hand, Little Hand for years. Like, come on.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And so we're recording, right?
Yeah, I saw the whole countdown this time. We're ready to go.
Hey, man,
welcome back. You go ahead.
It's episode 50, man.
Dropping 50.
Oh my god.
Can we talk? Can we talk Drake Kendrick real quick? We haven't talked about this at all.
Oh yeah, we definitely can. Hold on, we definitely can. But it was fun. I mean, I think the stands of each one, it made this shit corny.
Yo, the shit today about like his store getting vandalized, his house getting ran up on and shot up, like,
man, that's definitely fans. People think Kendrick sent people to Toronto.
It's probably some like 16-year-old kid.
I will say Kendrick is wild for putting like the Google Maps thing of Drake's house as
the drops.
With the address, no, but even with like, come on, man, people can find that shit.
People can figure that out. Yeah,
you could probably Google it right now and figure it out. I ain't gonna lie.
So I wouldn't say Kendrick was wild for that instance, but the fans alone, I mean, I enjoyed. We got some good music. They was happening. You know,
there was some good music.
Especially on Family Matters. When was the last time you heard Drake rap like that?
It's been everyone was hoping that last one, Certified Lover Boy, was going to be some bars like that.
No.
I'm glad he kept it for something.
I feel like we haven't had that type of Drake since like, what's the album with the white cover? Fuck.
It's my favorite. Late,
yes, I feel like that's the last. Yeah, I thought that's the last time he was rapping the whole time. I feel like
whatever, like Energy, Nonstop, Six God, that whole.
Yeah, yes, that was my favorite Drake album. Was that 2015? I was a young child at that time.
It's almost 10 years ago. That's crazy.
One kid.
Come on, man. That's crazy. But no, I enjoyed it, man. It was fun. I mean, you know, it Twitter make anything impossible to enjoy. Like,
it was really
all the think pieces and think videos about why they said this and why.
People were digging way too deep. They had too much time on their hands. I was like, I'm going to listen to this 6-minute song and come back in 3 hours and there's like 20 different meanings for 616.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here.
Man, I'm like, listen, people was like 616 means that's the Canadian Father's Day. That's Father's Day everywhere.
There you go.
It's not hard, people.
It's Father's Day in the U.S. as well on 616. So y'all just out here just, you know, saying like even like the media, like podcasters was even worse.
Oh, that's no doubt. They have
podcasters. Oh my god,
they got to get the clicks.
Listen, if you want to hear some shit, some crazy shit, the hip hop podcasts are just from Rudy. He has lost his mind. He's a Drake stan, bro. Like it's bad.
Magamall, he's been questionable.
I'll stay away.
Magamall, you don't know that? They gave him that nickname back on JBP in like 2020. It's not confirmed that he voted for anybody. We don't know, but he was just sounding low.
I gotta admit it, but he's been like toting that line of cornyism and I've been letting shit slide. But this shit here is just too far. Like
I gave up on that pod. I picked Joe and I'm riding with Joe and it's toxic.
I actually listened to the. Not this last one, but the last one before that, Roy and it just popped up on like, I didn't know why I was even on the last. I haven't listened to Roy and Mal in forever, but it's been cool. It was cool. John, did you enjoy it? John, do you even listen to Jake or Kendrick in like on a regular basis, like without even
I listen to a lot of Kendrick.
Yeah, so
But
You strike me as a Kendrick guy. I see that. I see it.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of the first artists I got into was especially with rap. Kendrick was one of the first because that's like when he was coming up when I was
Section 80.
Section 80, man.
I didn't really lock into it until like 3 days ago. I'm not gonna lie.
It was too much. It was gonna be so much music coming out at one time. And it was long ass songs.
6-minute songs, like
each one like 6, 7, 8 minutes.
Changes.
Coming out during playoff games. I'm locked into the game, bro.
Kendrick dropping
until I go to
songs. Kendrick dropping songs in the playoffs and shit. Like, what is you doing?
Mid-Wolves game, we had like 3 songs drop.
Yeah, like, right, man. We're trying to watch the game. We're trying to take notes. We're trying to think about. We got a song. Like,
nah.
Another
Friday night, I was in bed. Like, hey, this is the perfect time. Right, it was right before we went to bed. Both songs dropped.
Oh, yeah,
it was like Meet the Grams and Family Matter. Good time.
Shit was hot.
Loaded.
One thing I found out, we gonna stay too long on this, but one thing I found out about this is that a lot of people don't realize just because Drake has a lot of streams doesn't mean everybody in the world still like him. People are acting like this stuff, like the people hating Drake is just jumping on the bandwagon. I'm sure there's a lot of people that's doing that. Even that don't listen to Drake. Like,
it's a lot of people that don't. I mean,
I listen to his old stuff, but I don't listen to anything.
See what I'm saying?
2018.
Yeah, like a lot of people don't. It'd be. You listen to Drake?
There's times and places to run back everybody. I just ran through Drake, Cole, Kendrick, all 3 of them just because all this popped up. I went back and listened to them all.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta sit back.
His stuff has aged really well too.
Who?
Drake's old stuff has aged well.
Sometimes
old stuff is definitely top tier for me.
You just drive in and you put Take Care on, and next thing you know, you're singing Rihanna.
I was never a fan of Take Care.
Oh, he's a hater. Get in touch with yourself, bro. Pause.
No. I was just not. You gotta be when that album came out. You gotta be like in a certain spot for you to like enjoy. I'm gonna go. But listen, I ain't gonna say it's a bad album. I did run back Drake shit like last year, like just did everything. But I just want to say, everybody don't like Drake. It's okay. You'd be shocked when people say they don't like J. Cole, Drake, or Kendrick. Like everybody don't have to like them just because they're good artists. You know what I'm saying? That's fine.
Let's just like keep it to the music. I'm glad we're not talking about that all the allegations.
No, man,
it's allegations at this point. I'm not.
It's pretty much. Nothing. And I ain't just not. And all I'm say about this is you can't, as a fan, say I believe this person and I don't believe this person. They can both be making shit up. We don't know this. We can't say Kendrick is always telling the truth.
Parasocial relationships are crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know these people.
You don't. You don't. You do not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't know. Somebody was like, I'm going to move on because I remember when the first shit happened with J. Cole, people was like, you know, it could be violence. I was like, you don't know that. Yeah. You don't know them.
We don't.
The same way you told me I don't know them, you don't.
Hey, we're all hiding behind a keyboard, a phone. We're just watching.
Like, and another thing, this beef showed me one thing. I don't know shit about what's going on inside of hip hop, outside of music. No idea. This showed me how loop I am with the shit that I don't care about.
Sometimes it's just like I said, it gets too deep. Once they started dissecting, I'm like, y'all lost me. I'm here for the song, and then I'm off.
The only question I had was he said something about Wayne, but apparently he was talking about Metro Boomin. That's Metro Boomin's last name.
Yeah, his last name.
Fuck am I supposed to know that?
I leave that to the YouTubers, the Redditors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's all y'all.
Oh my God! But we ain't gonna go too deep in that, man. Like always. Welcome to another week of Uncommon Commentators. I'm Jay. That's Jonah. That's Zoe. You know, if you new here, sometimes we just be talking not just about hoops. We talk about everything before we get into the next hour of hoops. And we're gonna go right into this Wolf Nuggets series. It's been fun as hell for us. Zoe been on playoff world tour. He was at the Pacers. Was it Bucks Pacers?
Bucks Pacers game 5. Got lucky. One of the contractors I work with has season tickets up there. All season he's been offering them up. I'm like, yo, it's like a Tuesday. I'm not trying to drive. But these playoff tickets came up, and I was like, yo,
you can make amends.
Yeah.
It was a long ass day, that 8:30 start. But got up there, got some food, got situated, nice seats.
Yeah, you did have some nice seats.
First row, but nicer seats. It wasn't, the little fold up.
As long as you're in the corner instead of behind the baseline, you're chilling.
Yep. Yeah, man. Like you can see everything from that little view is perfect. Actually, when you go watch,
it was perfect.
Any type of like football or basketball from that view, you can see everything. Like especially everything. So
it was.
How was I know the Bucks lost that game, didn't they?
No, the Bucks won.
They won that game. That's right. That's right.
Bobby went off. Pat Bev, that was the game he hit the too short.
Oh yeah. 13
to 12. Like he was talking his shit and like. It was lit. Honestly, the Pfizer Forum was cracking. Like
was that your first Bucks? Was your first Bucks playoff game?
No, I went to one way back in college, but it was my first one at Pfizer.
Okay.
Who was on the court in that game?
Oh, you went to the Bradley Center.
It was like Bradley Center.
Larry Sanders.
Larry Sanders. Remember when Giannis ran into Dunleavy? That playoff shit, like I was there for that one.
Was Monte Ellis in that team?
Yeah, Monte Ellis.
Damn,
that was when Zaza was there. Who was Buddy who fucking could not miss? The little Ersan Ilyasova. This motherfucker.
Oh, he definitely couldn't miss. He couldn't miss. Yo, he couldn't miss for shit.
Yeah, and it was a good fun Bulls team. D Rose, Jimmy, young Jimmy still. Fresh out of.
Damn, that shit seems so long ago, man. That shit seems so long ago. The NBA is so different now. I mean, Giannis is still in it, but the NBA
I'm really talking about a whole decade ago. Goddamn.
Yes. If you started watching hoops 5 years ago, you have no idea what we're talking about.
No idea. Yeah, damn. But last week.
But how was the
pulled it out?
Nugget? Oh, my fault. Go ahead. I thought go ahead.
We can move on.
Okay. How was that? I ain't never been to a Nuggets game. I never been to a Nuggets game.
I told y'all right away, Denver. Y'all lucky to see me back here tonight.
Hey, I told you
it's smooth.
I told you Denver. Dog, it's nice. Dog, it make you want to leave. Out there. It make you want to move there. It does.
Start looking out some places, try to crunch some numbers. But anyway.
Listen. It make you want to move. It make you do it. But go ahead, man.
It did. Ball Arena. It's a nice arena they got there. Setup was nice, except my seat, I was like one angle seat, so my shit was super narrow. Besides that, I didn't move the whole game. I just sat there. Besides that, arena was lit. Yeah, arena was lit. Nuggets fans were going crazy, but like I told y'all, the T-Wolves fans were in there deep.
Yeah,
it looked like people walking around early in the day. Saw a lot of jerseys.
That's what's up, man.
I think travel there and I think tickets were pretty cheaper compared to Wolves games. So some people are just like, I'll take a little vacation for the weekend.
Yeah, that's a good place to go too, though. That's a good place to go.
It was a great place, nice spot. Glad to go. I'm trying to go to all of them, so it's nice to tackle out there.
What was the weather out there?
But it was nice. It was like 60s, 70s. It's a little bit sunny. At night it got a little cold.
Hell yeah!
It was nice that day. We walked to the stadium, walked back. But let me get into this game.
Yeah, go ahead. My fault. We used to talk.
I mean, we saw Ant go off. What was that, 43 points?
He had a big 43 points indeed.
He was going off. You could tell everyone was just keyed in. They knew what was going on. It was a close game, but you could tell Ant was just doing something special.
On the string.
Cat had his quiet 20. Like he came out in the second half, finally being aggressive. But Rudy back there playing that help side with Cat banging with Jokic, like that game. That
block he had was crazy on the lob.
Yeah, just he dropped back. It was played perfectly. And we saw game 2. I mean, y'all saw game 2. I was in the air, but looks like Kyle Anderson slipped in.
I didn't finish. I fell asleep and woke up to a blow. Like, damn. I watched it the next day. I had to watch it. Like, it was I couldn't believe it.
Hey, T-Wolves cooking. Jonah, go ahead. Let you get your
the defense is locked. That was probably the best. Game 2 is probably the best defensive game they've played and I've seen in the NBA in a long time. Obviously, it's boosted up because it's playoffs.
No, but facts though. No facts. No, seriously.
They had the mental battle won in the first 5 minutes. Denver was so flustered. Jamal was flustered. They're allowed to be physical. They were. I mean, the thing about this team is everyone is
in Denver.
They were really physical. When I was watching some of the stuff,
they were crashing out on live TV. Everybody was on Denver. Like, you thought it was Game 7.
Having a good time.
My fault, man.
When Jamal Murray got trapped.
Go ahead, but my fault, man. My fault.
When Jamal Murray got trapped by Jaden and Nikhil, it was those arms flailing. They were active as hell. It was a wrap.
He was trying to shield off, and he just threw himself in his own cell. Like,
yep. If you showed that clip, that embodied the game right there. What it looked like on defense. Just
the teams, people wanted to make their think pieces about defensive player of the year's out. Does it have any value?
Oh my god, yeah.
A good team can adapt. These players all Kyle Anderson, versatile defender. Nikhil, versatile defender. Naz Reid, improved defender. He probably played his best defensive game he's ever played with the Wolves. Like, he was everywhere.
And do
people improved defender.
People forget
all across the board.
People forget when you like Boston, when the Celtics added KG and you got a defensive anchor, that changes everything. The damn Wolves, they got Rudy, that changes everything. I don't give a damn what you say about Rudy. When you got somebody, what is he, 7'4", 7'3", 7'2", something like that? 7'2", and he got long ass arms. And he can move. People try to talk crazy about Rudy not get it. It's easy to talk shit about Rudy.
He has improved as an isolation defender. He wasn't the best, but he's in a comfortable spot now.
But he is comfortable. He just trickled down to everybody.
Yeah, I was talking about this before. I was telling my guys, like, if he's active, just even active. He's so damn big and long that he can just disrupt them.
Yes.
And then he went out there a couple times, and I was telling them, like, this is what they're talking about. This is why you can trust into this defense.
Regardless. Everyone can play on help side. Except like Mike Conley, but he can still get a strip steal. Like, he's crafty.
He's so smart.
He can get in there.
He's smart. Yeah, he's smart. He's crafty. Like, man,
if that's your worst defender on the team in your rotation, he's like average.
Come on now.
It's a benefit.
You guys are the worst defender. Damn.
Right. Who would have ever thought we would even say some shit like that? Mike Conley being the worst defender on the team.
I never thought of him as a liability, and now he's the worst. That's a tough.
And that's only because he's older. And that's only because he's older.
That's because he's old.
Knowing how to do things, because he still have spurts where he can do stuff and know how to read.
Is a size advantage, though.
Yeah,
like,
that's
still quick.
Yeah,
he'll beat you to the spot. You're not gonna throw him on any crazy matchups, and the team's smart enough if. Like they've like the possession they had against the Suns on that crazy rotation when he had KD on him, they just double. They know to double right away. It's just instinctively within the team to know how to cover all those holes. So
absolutely rotation, and that's that continuity coming from last year where you guys will finally get that shit clicking. Y'all just kept riding, and now look,
man,
top defense in the league, taking down defending champs.
Listen, I'm gonna wait until it actually says Wolves in the Western Conference Finals, because I got some receipts of people who I was having conversations with who were just poo-pooing on the Timberwolves. I'm not pulling them up now because people didn't think they'd even be right here at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why people was talking so much shit about Timberwolves, like they've been the 6th seed all year. Like they was fighting for a plan. They've been fighting for a 1 through 3 seed.
It's just narrative ball.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Look at them. Their coach. Finchie is coaching. He's coaching.
Shout out to him for being on the sidelines still. That's crazy.
That was a surprise. I didn't see anything until I got there. Just to see him, he's
in the same spot. Chair back.
That's a boost for your team. Like, man, our coach is battling with us. He ain't. Man, okay, let's get this shit. Like, game 1, but that blowout in game 2 is just like, bro, they had, first of all, they not talking about enough. Denver had 99 in game 1. Then they had 80 in game 2. Like,
that was the least amount the Wolves have allowed all season.
That is insane. 80 points in a playoff game, and you score what was like 103 to 80 or something like that, 105 to 80. But
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, but it was just like
106.
it shows a lot. Like I think maybe I might have fell into this too, where nobody was really giving Denver any like talking about them like that. But they're not a juggernaut. They're just a good team that everybody's been playing together with each other. But Minnesota is showing you we're like, listen, if we do what we gotta do, you can beat this team. Like they're not unbeatable. Like the Lakers actually showed you that they just know how to close. You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically how that went.
I think someone made a good point on Twitter today too. I don't think we're going to see any unbeatable teams in this era. There's too many good teams to where.
No.
Like the Warriors run was probably our last unbeatable team.
Yes,
and they still had.
Would you think the Warriors?
And they still had a season where they couldn't get it done. So
yeah, you think tough. It's the Warriors and the Heat are like the last of those like unbeatable? Because like the Heat was like the. Can we beat that team? The Warriors, like you said, can we beat that team? Like I'm
still they had to go up against the Spurs, and the Spurs were still tough. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Spurs too.
It was
hard
still
to just
like
waltz.
No, but I'm with you though. I'm with you what you're saying on that tweet. Like I'm with you. I don't think this era is going to have that a bunch of 2-peats and 3-peats. I think it's going to be a bunch of like maybe this team win, then this team win, then maybe we get
a couple like 2 out of 3.
Yeah, some shit like that
4,
down the line.
like
but
that,
this might be that run where what we had shit. We can go back to the Lakers, right? Lakers, Bucks. Then who won? Warriors, Nuggets.
Warriors,
14, just in the 20. In the 20, how you call them, the 20s? I don't know how to do. I don't know what you call them. The 2020s. In this decade alone, we have seen 4 champions already. Or 3, 4? Yeah, 4 champions.
And the margins are so slim. I've seen Denver fans. Obviously, Denver fans are gonna have a bone to pick because it's just a frustrating ass spot to be if you're a fan. I'm sure.
Absolutely,
but
frustrating.
When you look at their bench pieces and stuff, I mean, they didn't really look in the open market much. They just instantly brought Reggie Jackson back, and while Reggie Jackson has good games here and there, it's Reggie Jackson at the end of the day.
Man,
like, he's not.
And that contract was questionable too.
He's not incredibly reliable.
Since OKC.
It's just the archetype.
5 years.
Jonah, has he improved ever?
He was probably his best in OKC, and then he went to the Pistons with a bigger role and just wasn't as effective.
He's a backup one who likes to score, but as soon as he got that starting job in Detroit, it was a wrap. He was just not the guy.
But he's how old is he? Probably mid to low 30s already.
Man, he got to be like 32. I would say
34.
32.
Dang, he older than me.
He 34?
That's crazy. Because he was young on those OKC teams, so if you think about it that way. But I mean, Justin Holiday's been their most important bench piece. And he was barely playing. He was a swing rotation player in the regular season. He's only playing because he can shoot. Christian Brown's not reliable enough as a shooter. Peyton Watson's not reliable enough yet. While they're both probably players that are better and more well-rounded, you want their defense. The shooting discrepancy when you're playing a good defense it's ugly.
It is.
You can just double off it, especially with Jokic out there. We saw that in game 2. They just started doubling Jokic, and they had more reliability on it because they could. They're not going to do that with Rudy because they can afford to give up like a handful of buckets here and there. And Jokic is going to get his regardless, but that game was just shocking.
I saw you know how it's easy to find the worst plays of a player in a game, but it was so many different plays of Jokic playing defense in game 2.
Oh. I saw that.
I was like Luka-esque right there. Like for real, like Luka-esque in like October. Like I don't give a damn about this game. I'm just going like this, flailing at the guy. That's what it looked like. This didn't look like he was playing in the playoffs.
Maybe flail.
Yeah, like
there was one he was in the paint, just arms out, didn't move.
Ant had the easiest Euro around him coming. Obviously, Jokic is not going to have much success against Ant downhill.
Facts.
But it was just like, here's a free basket.
Yeah, like it was like you got to take it. You got to use context with shit like that. Like, of course, we're going to do that. Twitter's not going to do that. Of course, that's why we love Twitter for the jokes and shit. But it just looks so bad. It looks so bad how Jokic look. Of course, Jokic We don't like Jokic because of his defense. Of course, we're not watching him. That's the same thing with Luka. We're not watching them for their defense, but when they get put on an island, it just looks so bad because they're on an island and everybody can just see it.
I don't know if the Wolves found more ways to get him in space, because in space he's just terrible. I feel like he's got better in like pick and roll coverage, because that was a big thing for him in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then he figured out like, oh, I can play up at the level of the screen well and use like just his size and just stand there and take up space and not let a basket over his head.
Yeah.
And then he found out just playing some simple drop coverage and letting like KCP and those guys do their thing and live with the mid range. I mean, that's cool in the regular season too, because you don't want him going 200% out there. But
no, hell no.
Definitely gonna need to run that back, because he was just
it was bad.
He just looked tired.
He did look tired, bro. Listen, man. He's doing like almost the same thing, kind of like what Bron was doing, like everything. And he's like, he got to be 40 more pounds than Bron. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a damn if you are used to playing in Denver. That air, man, that shit still will get to you after so long. Like, I gotta keep doing everything.
Part of the defense thing, probably too, is that he dropped weight, because he was noticeably larger. Like, I think it was bubble time around there. He came back to the bubble and just looked slim.
He was big before that.
Kind of had some baby fat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed you guys are doing, you guys
He's still just a big ass dude, though.
He is big ass Serbian. You guys are speeding him up. Like, he will still score, but Jokic is not able to just play at his pace and just pick you guys apart. It's like, if he scores or if they do score,
too.
Yeah, like, you guys are speeding them up. Like, they might score, but it's taking a lot more out of him for him to score or to get the passes around, because you guys are scores the ball coming in.
Yeah,
you guys are on their ass.
Yeah, it's back to that
Nikhil's
swarming.
playing 94 feet of pressure.
Yeah, like,
it's that swarming defense that.
Yep.
They just turn it up on you, and
the ball enters the paint. There's 3 guys on your head. It's crazy.
So
you can let Cat bang a little bit, and then when it's time to double, and those guys are active, they'll get back on the shooters. You got Rudy back there to protect that Gordon dunk spot. Y'all got a solid little rotation.
They all know the rotations too, it seems like, when they got to kind of split the rotations and pick up the last guy and swing around. Like, I'm always amazed just how simple the rotations are with things like that when the ball moves around. And I mean, the whole goal is getting the ball out of Jokic's hands in the first place, so you already kind of won. But even just limiting some of their act, like, I don't know what kind of advantages they can create, because Jamal has been in hell.
He don't know what,
because
what do y'all think about the game 1 performance to game 2 before the antics? We'll get to that after, but
I think the calf is still a reasonable thing to bring up, but I don't think it's you can't use it as a say all be all, because he's been clearly flustered. He's not been able to get open shots. I mean, his first open shot of game 2 was like a fading midi on the right side that was. He had a split second of time to get up before Jaden contested it, and he made it. And I think it was the second half. I mean, he didn't score in the whole first half for the first game. Who are you going to then? MPJ has been playing out of his mind too. MPJ's been putting up 20 a game. Like, Aaron Gordon made some jumpers, but he's not going to create. You don't want him to get that confidence, because he had that confidence in game 2, and it was bad.
Did. I was seeing people on Twitter saying Denver needs a third scorer, but isn't that what they got MPJ for?
Yeah,
essentially,
100%. So what they're doing is they're letting MPJ get off. Like you said, Jokic is going to get his, but they're making it harder. And then they went out and tried to disrupt Jamal as much as they could.
It's harder on everyone.
Yeah,
it's just a tough.
You gotta.
I mean, let's say it again. A tough rotation of players to try to score against.
And when you have the Wolves have multiple things to throw at them. That's the big thing. Is some teams have the luxury to throw something at multiple options at Jokic, whether you're doubling or you have a guy that's just big. And it doesn't matter if he gets in foul trouble. Like, I don't know, if you have like Mitchell Robinson, you just throw him out there. It's like what they did with Embiid. If he's okay, if he gets by, cool. If you don't have to, you try your other options. But I mean, the Wolves just are so much leveled up with those options on Jokic. even without Rudy out there, which was just crazy to see.
Surprising. Shout out Slow-Mo.
Man, I'm telling you, after
He does
that
really
game,
well. The slow-mo at the 5, it's fun.
that is fun. After game 1, I went to go look at some like a condensed version of the Lakers Nuggets from the bubble, and you guys are doing the exact same thing they did to them. Like Caruso, who else was it? Caruso, whoever else it was like giving the backcourt to the Nuggets hell. Like, of course, the Nuggets are better now, but they was giving them boys hell. And then you had Dwight and JaVale who could just give Jokic hell when AD come help. Sometimes AD will guard, but then he ain't got to go the whole time. And so now you guys, the Wolves, can disrupt the big guys. You guys can disrupt the wings. You can disrupt the guards, everything. And they just like, what the fuck? And the refs are letting y'all be physical, like we were saying earlier. And that was even crazy to me because they're in Denver. You letting the team that come to the champs building get away with, and listen, you should be able to play physical. It's the playoff. You should be able to let them, but the fact that this wasn't happening in Minnesota and happened in Denver,
on both sides
crazy.
Early, there were so many calls in the first 5 minutes that were just like, each team should have had like 3 extra whistles at the start off. It was just,
it was crazy. But I'm pretty sure, man, I think you guys like that type of shit more than Denver does in the first place. So it was like, hey, we love this type of shit.
Jaden's probably the best perimeter defender in the world if you allow physicality.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's getting up there really quick.
That man was smiling. When a man is smiling, playing defense.
Oh yeah, Nikhil was funny as hell. When a man is
grinning and smiling, hey man, go home. You're not scoring. He was 95 feet all game. This nothing is happening with you. He's not going to let up. And so, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. When this game through tomorrow or Thursday? Damn, they got
Friday. Damn. Yeah, days off.
Damn. Man, anyways, we can talk about the antics real quick. So let me ask you this. Before we get there,
it was crazy.
We know about the fine, but didn't Rudy get fined $100K?
Rudy got fined $100K for doing the money signs and saying Scott. It was probably the post game comments was just as much.
Okay,
I think that's what people are leaving out significantly because he said it to the media.
He did say something to the media. I can't remember
on the NBA.
No, hell no. When you say shit about
like 100K doesn't mean shit to these max players, anyways.
No. Especially not
neither here or there.
Yeah.
Jamal's making 30 plus. Rudy's making like 40. Like these guys are they're gonna be just fine.
I thought the heating pad onto the court, like in play, was gonna give him at least one game. I really did.
I thought that should have been an ejection right at that point.
Your own teammates are out there. KCP was right there.
Yeah. Like
and Cat was going up. Like if he would have stepped on that,
oh my god,
who knows? It could have been really bad.
Oh my god, that could have been bad.
They asked the refs in the post game about it in the little pool meeting, and they pretty much said that will be a technical if someone throws something onto the court. That's the regular ruling, but the tricky thing about what fan brings a heating, like that's what the Wolf staff was saying. Who brings a heating pad? Like that is, it's probably pretty universal. I'm sure they have a deal with a brand that gives them these things because that's how these things work.
Let me tell you, wait a minute.
It's something you probably have seen before. Some old man brought his heating pad to sit courtside. I don't know, and he threw it up. What are the odds of that compared to a player doing it?
Yeah, when a player is going to have a heating pad.
He threw the towel right at the ref's feet too prior, 2 seconds prior.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I get everything not happening in the moment because you don't know where it came from. But this is what we have. It's 2024 and it's a million cameras. It's a million. We all saw it was him. Like once you
TNT found it before we did.
Quickly. What was he looking at today? Last night. Was it last night?
Last night.
It's been a long ass Tuesday, but what are y'all looking at when you're going through this? Why do you still say it's only? I get it's the playoffs, but man, you have to set a precedent now at this point. Like, brother, you can't be throwing shit on the court.
Much worse things.
You can't throw
fouls.
shit on the court. Yeah, you can't throw shit on the court that when in the middle of play.
They'll do a review for an inadvertent whistle,
Yeah,
but not
like
for a guy throwing something.
Should have been gone.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like it was happening during like free throws. They were actively going for a rebound and going back up, jumping and running, and you
Crazy
threw a
thing
fucking
is-
heating pad.
Steph Curry threw his mouthpiece and it hit a fan, and he got ejected.
Ejected.
Yep.
He threw it in
Yeah.
frustration. He wasn't even trying to hit
That was
a
a
fan.
regular
He was just
season game.
regular season. He was just frustrated and threw his mouthpiece
Accidental.
and kicked him out. This man came at what the league's product is the players. He threw it at his own. He threw it at your product. He's not even.
Or worse, best case scenario, he's throwing it at the ref. What other thing could he been throwing it at? Either case,
Right.
it's not a good look.
And you don't give him $100K don't mean shit to him. $100K. Missing one game. It was that is what will do it for them. You
If
gotta
that
That was my
was-
thing. At first, I thought it was going to be just a fine, just like it came out. But when you start breaking down, there's been multiple people getting fined for something like this. He did it twice.
Come
Nothing
on,
was
man.
done during the game. Like
Nothing.
If that's DeAndre Jordan throwing it, he's ejected.
he's ejected.
yeah,
That's what I'm
From
saying.
the
Absolutely.
bench.
Maybe
Absolutely.
the loss was bad enough that they were like, "All right,
Man,
we're
fuck
gonna
all
lose
that.
that one anyways."
Fuck all that. Like, come on. Like, I forgot about that shit what Jonah just said. Curry did get ejected for an accidental hit of a fan of his mouth in frustration. You knew it's clear frustration when you go look at the replay.
It's probably because it was the end of the game, but it shouldn't be that like that. Those things shouldn't weigh in. I feel
It
like.
should not matter. Like I said, you still had today to look at these tapes. This is, Tuesday morning, you go on your desk. This is one of the first things you're going to have to look at today. If you didn't start last night, what did you see? Did you, in your mind, that says, oh, we're just only going to find him? There's a video of him showing him throwing the heating pad. Like, it's plain as day. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, we've seen worse. We've seen worse things of people getting suspended for shit or ejected. Like you said, if it was anybody else on the bench, he's getting ejected. I mean, we've seen players get ejected for saying shit, and we don't even know who they're
Duncan
saying.
smiled at a ref and got ejected.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. If you think we're
Ball
lying,
is technical
YouTube.
for looking at
Go
the ref,
YouTube
like,
that.
all this shit.
Right.
And,
come on,
and
man.
got a tech for staring at someone after a basket
yes,
in game one.
Oh yeah, that was
Yes.
super soft.
yeah. Come on, man.
That was
Come
soft.
on, man. So it's it's been fun. It's been entertaining. It's been lit, man. Like I said, this second round is gonna be really fun. I just know I would love for you. If y'all sweep Denver,
That
listen,
ain't happening. Let's chill.
that's not happening. But if y'all did,
If you just have to split at home and you're smooth sailing,
you
that's
still
a great
have
spot to be.
3-1. Right, you still
Yeah, I
have
still got
3-1.
T-Wolves and 6 at worst at this point.
T-Wolves and what?
And
6. Yeah, that's at worst. I think that's at worst.
At
Target
worst.
Center is going to be crazy. Haven't played a
Target
game
Center's gone.
there because last 2 games were in Phoenix since game 2
Yeah, it's gonna
against
be
Phoenix
lit.
was the last time.
Y'all ready?
Phoenix series already feels so long ago,
It
which
does.
is crazy.
It does. Cause y'all weren't y'all the
But-
only sweep? Y'all was the only sweep. Everybody else won like what? No, the
No,
Lakers got swept.
OKC swept.
Mm-hmm.
No, Lakers got one.
They did. Lakers get one?
OKC was a couple days after it got. I think it was done a day or 2 after as well, and they had to
Huh.
wait for the other series to finish too. So
Yeah.
That is true. I forgot there was more than one sweep. Who went? I guess the East went along. The East went along, didn't they? That's what it was.
Yep.
the timing with the playoffs is weird. With
Yeah, it is.
first round's
But-
done, they're still playing like second round starting, the first round's still going on.
Yeah. I hate that. I hate when that shit happens.
They got to fill TV time.
They do. Any other thoughts before we move on? No?
Great spot to be.
It is a great spot for you guys.
I could talk about it. I could talk about the series for an hour, 2 hours. We could
Oh,
keep
yeah.
going.
Hey, the one good thing about Jonah being friends with Jonah for so long is that first of all, you should never have ever been a hater of the Wolves, because why? First of all. Let's start there. You know what I'm saying? But But just listening to Jonah and listening to and watching the growth of the Wolves and seeing all this shit, like this has been fun. Like this has been like another team to just follow because Ant is just from them getting Ant was just like all that has been fun as hell. But I've been enjoying all that. So, but you got here echo?
That's so.
That's so.
I might hold up.
We good. It just threw me off. That's all. It's all good. I can keep talking. I can walk through it. It just fucked me up for a second. You straight. But no, I was just saying, I'm just glad to see. I'm happy for y'all, man. Y'all need this, man. When the last time Minnesota sports, man, has been a rough. When you got, I know you're not a Vikings fan, but with the Twins and the Vikings and the Timberwolves,
got a Wolves series win.
Yeah,
and
man.
Twins playoff win. Same.
Yeah, there you
12
go.
months.
Yeah, man. So it's up
needed.
for y'all, man. I'm excited for y'all in the future. I don't think this is just the end. This ain't just right now. This is gonna be the thing. This Zoe leave us. He'll be back. We're gonna keep talking. We're gonna talk about this. OKC and Dallas series, which is game 1 is tonight. It's actually going in right now. I think I had to score up. I had to move some things around on my screens, but I think I saw it was going back and forth. What's going on with my mouse? You got the score up, Zoe? Not Zoe. Jonah? I see it now.
It was really close last time I checked.
I got it now.
Going back and forth.
43-38 OKC with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Man.
This might be my favorite series to tap in.
Yeah.
Other than
for
the
sure.
Wolves.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Star power's there.
It is.
If it still feels relatively fresh with Dallas, just because they have so many new players, such a new team.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we know. I mean, did we even get? They didn't make the playoffs last year, I believe. So they, because they were a lottery team. So we haven't really seen Kyrie and Luka getting busy in the playoffs together.
No.
That's been fresh.
That's been
obviously
really fresh
the new additions. But I mean, OKC, they're playing with house money. They have nothing to lose. If they sell themselves short a little bit, okay, figure some stuff out in the offseason. You got your assets. I don't know, move Giddey out of there, trade some big contracts. You got options. Simple as that. So they got nothing to lose. Pressure's on Dallas.
It is pressure on Dallas. I had somebody. I guess I'm getting to the point of being on Twitter to the point where people are adding me and asking me questions. What is happening? But someone asked me if Luka lose, if Dallas, they said if Dallas lose to OKC, does Luka start getting the Tatum treatment? I said if he gets
Tatum treatment's more of a Boston thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
that team it's been good since he got there. That's not a
Tatum thing. I think Luka is in more of the green because one, I mean, he should have more MVP buzz by now. Obviously, this is the first year he's been in the conversation, but it just feels kind of Harden-esque with him a little bit to a point where it's like, what do you have to do to prove it? And Harden had to average 36 a game to do that.
36, brother. Like he had to do what Luka's doing right now and be the first seed or second seed to even win it.
And just Dallas has not done a great. They've tried. I'll give them that. They've tried to make moves, but they have not done a great job at filling things around. I mean, the Kyrie thing was a gamble itself. It was a great deal now because he's been holding it down, not doing any antics outside of hoops. Which
zero antics from him. That's what's been dope.
That was the big factor Kyrie with him.
Yeah, it is. That's the main reason teams are going to trade for him. Yeah, it does. Like that's why teams are going to trade for him. It looks like they looked into
it at this point. It was a risk. It was a risk to take.
Big ass risk.
Luka is at that age where he could start trying to think of his next moves, even though he is still so young. So I don't know about that much going that extreme with it because they did make the Western Conference Finals that one year, but it's kind of tough with the quote unquote overachieve years.
Yeah, like I said, like if they get swept, I mean, can you start like trying to talk crazy about Luka? I don't know. I know a lot of people really don't.
I don't think anyone knows how to gauge OKC.
it's their first run. Let's see how it goes. I'm not trying to jump into anything. If they do go ahead and sweep Dallas, then you know what? They were a top 1 through 3 team.
It's going to be nasty.
For them. They're proving it. If Dallas beats them, they got a little more experience on that side, and it's just
Phoenix is probably feeling better now that they see how the Wolves are playing. Like, you just don't really know until a week after sometimes. Like,
and they already said they're keeping
everyone in Phoenix is feeling much better.
No, facts.
In the playoffs, after you bought in, you're not going to feel great. You should be able to say some crazy shit, but still, you feel better about that. It's hard to get that. It's hard to get that perspective until later. You got to kind of take a step back, figure it out. Off season.
Listen,
you never know.
I know if OKC did fuck around and sweep Dallas, Steve is going to be on fire about Luka. That is the one thing I do know. But
I think people are already starting to get on Luka. Like Jonah and you guys said, like if he doesn't produce some type of, winning deep run this year, that MVP talk gone, or we talking about Jason Tatum type shit, it's already there. I mean, it's not even just on Twitter. It's everywhere. People.
He didn't play his best in the Clippers series either.
He wasn't that stuffer.
Luka's best is still really fucking good.
Yeah, you're triple double, but will it? Yeah. Will it translate to wins, deep runs? Yet to see.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see. You know what? This still, even though we talk about Boston, but it still feels like anybody can win this shit. That's outside of a few teams that's still left. That's only on the East. I think everybody who's still here can pretty much win. Honestly, if you look at it
on the West, yes.
If you know Boston is roster-wise head and shoulders above everybody, people still don't trust Boston like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this Porzingis injury doesn't help either.
Yeah, so it's and you just, I don't know. We'll talk about Boston later on, but yeah, man, I'm with you, Jonah. OKC Dallas might be the one series that I'm really intrigued about. Because even though I'm rooting for Dallas to win,
there's a lot of stupid conversation. Like we said, there's going to be some conversations around it after, and I think that's just because it's going to be a good series. I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
One big shot could change a whole lot of shit for some.
Absolutely. We know big shots can never change. Like a big shot would can change history. There's a lot of great players right now. Like a shot made by somebody else has changed history for their legacy. So this could happen in here. I mean, I ain't gonna go talk crazy about see if they lose. It just depends how teams play. Honestly, it depends how the team or a player play. If you lose and you just was absolutely shitty for those 4, 5, 6, 7 games, it's gonna be hard on you.
I'm usually more the silver lining guy in the general, but still, some of these teams are so good that even the Lakers were probably one of the underperforming teams of the playoffs, but they still were in every single game.
Every single one, which is crazy.
You got to be really bad. The Pelicans were down their best player, and they still look decent enough at times. They competed.
They almost won game one.
There's just too much talent in this league right now.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's why you have to add 2 more teams, because it's just so much talent just sitting on people's benches and shit, or being 6 men or 7th, 8th spots. But the teams that lost to OKC and that we're not even worried about Pelicans, but the Clippers, the team Dallas beat. Let's start here. If you're Paul George, why would you even want to go back to the Clippers when you got somebody like Kawhi whose knees are look like shredded meat at this point?
Money,
because it's home. It's home.
It is.
Money,
it is
security.
That's the reason.
It's a big jump when you're at that age to go to another team, and those only options are thin. So
I think his only option is probably Clippers and Philly.
I mean, you never know what Magic can be.
There's been slight Orlando buzz, but I think that's people just saying it because
that's not.
Yes, dead.
They have money.
People just don't know. Real quick on that, people were saying they got this much cap space. Should they go? Listen, it's still Orlando. It's It's still Orlando. The team they have now, they didn't go trade for people. Or they did trade for Wendell Carter, but they got out of a player that they should have gotten out of in the first place. So that trade made sense. But their core, correct me if I'm wrong, is through the draft. If I'm right. So people are saying like they should go trade for Booker. First of all, that's not gonna happen. If you think Phoenix is gonna give up on Booker, you're outside of your damn mind. And think about all the players Orlando has ever had in their history. They get the same owners. They don't go get those. They traded away a big name to get pieces. They're not going to trade away pieces to go get. They're not going to do that. I just don't see that happening. So this is. I'm going to leave that Orlando thoughts for later. But I don't know what the Clippers are going to do. Is Harden a free agent? He's a free agent, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He has an option. I want to say
he already signed that. He's coming back. If he has a player option, he's already coming back to the Clippers. So don't even worry about that. He's already told them he's signed that shit. So I don't understand that part. And then who else is a free? Anybody else is and Paul George? I don't know what the team's gonna do.
I think like Norman Powell, Russ.
Russ has a team like a player option,
Yeah.
but I don't think he wants to go anywhere.
He already signed it. He's at home. He's coming back. So I don't know what the Clippers
Most
are
of
going to
it's
do.
just the politics of a new arena for them.
Yeah, like what do you do? What do you do when you got a player like Kawhi? Like, man, how much more rest can you give a player? I feel like Kawhi was the most
situation. Part two.
I feel like he was the most healthy.
He was
like the healthiest ever been, right? Like
in a hot minute.
In a hot minute. What do you do? I thought Kawhi was. I'm like, man, we're gonna have Dallas Clippers in the first round. You got Kawhi, you got Paul George and Harden, you got Luka and Kyrie, and then Kawhi he may not play. What? Like
they just didn't have the firepower. Like that series was just
like what the fuck?
If I'm Paul George, I'm not coming back. Like you said, it's hard to go to another contending team. A lot of teams don't have money. But the situation there is cooked worse than Kawhi's knees.
Listen, even going to Philly,
it's weird.
You're doing the same thing going to Philly. Embiid is a flop or a stop and go away from a knee or ankle injury.
Self-lob.
Which is nuts. That's crazy. Like,
he could try to draw a foul. It's a wrap.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know what's going on there. So the Clippers, I thought this was a great time for the Clippers to make that run.
What happened to I don't talk about teams that's not in the playoffs.
I know they lost. I mean, they're interesting, but because we were talking about them last week when they lost to OKC, so we can move on from that.
It just kind of sucks we couldn't get a ton of takeaways from both those series. I think that's why the series, I think that's why I'm mostly interested with the OKC Dallas series. It's like
they weren't tested.
I don't think we've seen everything we need to know about these teams.
Especially OKC, there's
still a lot to figure out.
They weren't really tested like that because it always felt like Pelicans are in the game, but it felt like they're never going to win the game. It would never felt like it was in jeopardy.
Probably the most competitive.
Yeah,
and that just felt like a jitters. Like everyone getting their feet under each other. Like everyone's young. It's your first playoff game for a lot of these players or second series. So
I think that was second series he's been in, maybe third.
Maybe.
I remember Dort being in the bubble for that playoffs. I remember him being there because it was
back with Billy. Oh yeah, he was young with
with Chris Paul and shit like that. Damn.
Yeah.
Still Chris Paul was on the Thunder, but I had nothing else to say about them. But we got the Knicks and the Pacers. Man, that game one last night was absolutely lit. Our boy Sean Little of No Catch Up, Sean Little of MSG, Sean Little of FanDuel, everywhere, NBA T, everywhere. He was in the building last night.
Popped up everywhere.
He be everywhere. He be all over the damn commercials and shit.
I was like, is this the right stream? I was like, no, he really on. This is really him.
No, he really on that shit, bro. He be busy as fuck, but he was posting videos. The Garden looked just absolutely insane. Listen, if you never been to the Garden, you need to go there for a playoff regular season. It don't
Some
matter.
fun names in the building for that game.
Yeah. Oh my God. Looking at Marbury and John Stark. John Stark, you look good, man. I ain't gonna lie, you look good. They were so into the game. They were so into it.
I had to
Like,
look up how old he was because I'm like, this dude played next to
Yo,
Jordan.
those
This guy
he
does
looks
not look
so good.
Those Knicks players who comes back, like they are
They
always
look-
just turned
They
up.
look so
tuned
good
in.
into
Marbury
the
They
was
wanna
game.
getting hype.
They want to
Oh
be
my
on the
God.
bench. They want to have jerseys on still. Like
John
they are
Starks
They
is
were under the
58.
basket. They were so into the game. I love that.
And Clyde was
love
just
that.
sitting there chilling.
Yes,
Posted.
that's the energy. That's the energy we love. That's the thing about having the Knicks in the playoffs. Like that last night was playoff energy. That New York Knicks game. That's how you want all playoff games to be, man. Like, yes, Knicks fans are ridiculous. New York fans in general are ridiculous, but that's the energy we like to see. You got former players into it. That wasn't an act. Marbury and everybody was
You got
into that
Josh
shit.
Hart getting offensive rebounds like a fucking
my
madman. So
damn near triple double from the
Man,
6'4".
yeah,
if
power
you
forward.
need someone to hype you up, hey, that's your guy.
That is the man. Listen, Josh Hart might piss you off. Ain't no mind, he will during the regular season. But Josh Hart is the type of player you want to go in battle for with if you got to go through a playoff run. He is hype because you need
He'll find some weird way to get it done.
need a whole team like of players like him. You just need one or two. That's all you need. And then he gonna frustrate players and he gonna make big shots. Like, how's he doing this? So I know last night game ended in a nasty way. The refs been doing that, and when there's Knicks is involved, it's always gonna be just even worse.
Miles Turner was leaning.
He was, man. Was it a
Dante was acting. Dante was acting too, though.
Oh, it was a great
He
sell
was
job.
acting.
I just don't like when you don't like to see it happen, but
No.
it's just like the
That's a
Aaliyah
no
Edwards
call.
play.
Yeah,
In the moment
Exactly.
you're like, that sucks to see, but then you watch it again, you're like, yeah, that was all right.
It can go either way. It can go either way because it can definitely go either way.
Halliburton should have left so early. That was the issue.
That's a lot of things people don't talk about. Players leave
Some 2K
early. That's how
shit.
they even. Exactly. That's how players get to move and screen because the ball handler moves so early. But since you brought up Halliburton, listen, my man's wanted no parts of the ball in crunch time. He was playing hot potato last night. I don't know what that was.
Sometimes he gets super passive, and like we talked about
He
last
does.
week or the week before that, it might be this injury still, but it's the playoffs. It's the second round. You need to show up. You're the all-star.
It's just
You're the
creation
franchise.
concerns with me for him. How is he going to get his book sidestep? He's not going to size you up, really. It's going to be like a pump fake sidestep 3 or maybe a low runner. Like, his rim pressure is not that crazy. He has good size. That's a good thing.
He does.
But if teams are going to blitz him, he's going to make just pass out of it.
The rest of that team is not good enough to beat the Knicks.
No, they're not. And I
So-
saw a lot of people saying like Pacers in 5. I'm still going with the Knicks. I'm still sticking with my Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like I've been saying, like they could do it, and they still. People laughed at us when we said that shit in February. Like they can make a run to the Eastern Conference Finals. People laughed at us when we said that shit, and it's possible.
I mean, we were still waiting on Randall to come back,
Yeah,
Mitchell Robinson to come back at that
Yeah.
point.
yeah,
They're doing it
like
without them. I know Mitch is down again for a few weeks, 8 weeks, but
7-man
this is down
rotation.
again.
it's a
Stress
Time
reaction in
out.
his foot today.
Yep.
I missed that.
Ankle. It was like 2
Yeah.
hours ago, so I don't blame
Okay,
him.
I'm about to say, yo, wait a
Yeah.
minute, man. Yeah,
Precious Achua, get ready for 10 minutes of high octane hoops.
Yeah,
Just run
damn.
around.
People
Man,
were
you
saying,
gonna fuck around and end up playing 35.
right, with
Hardenstein,
Tibbs.
Don't have a good
Tim.
game off the bench.
Hardenstein's bag is going up by the minute.
Yeah,
I'll
it
tell you
is.
that.
It's a
It is.
good summer for him.
No, it is.
Mhm.
I was never gonna say Indiana in 5. I was saying that crazy Indiana in 5. Like people don't take shit into context. The reason they beat the Bucks, so a lot of the reason why Dame and Giannis weren't healthy. I mean,
Even besides that, like I was telling y'all, I thought even with Giannis healthy, Dame healthy, we're still talking about the Doc Rivers
Yeah, like
Milwaukee
it was
Bucks of
it's not
23-24, and they
I mean,
were
it's similar to the Dallas
a
and
bad team.
OKC first rounds. How much can you take away from that round with the Pacers?
You can't. You cannot take a lot from that. And that's why when people were saying Pacers in 5, I'm like, that's weird. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
you
could
act
have seen
like
this matchup in the first round. If a couple games flip flopped around, we could have seen Pacers Knicks in the first
Yep,
round. So
absolutely. They could, right. Pacers definitely could have been the 7th seed and not the 6th seed. So it's like it definitely could have went that way. So I think
question.
Go ahead.
Do y'all think the way Tibbs is running his team, 45 minutes for a lot of those guys, or 40 plus? I think Hardenstein was at 36. Is that sustainable for the rest of these playoffs? Should they make a deep run?
it's terrifying, but I still take it over the ladder.
Yeah. It's
I'm
terrifying.
not putting Alec Burks on the court.
No. If you're a Knicks fan, you might be stressed all game long and for the rest of this run. But I mean, what else you gonna do?
First off, Tibbs is not going to do that. Second of all, are you going to bring a player onto the court that hasn't played rotational minutes in a month to play in the second round?
Yeah,
not for Tibbs.
No,
I think Drew will get those minutes just because I think I can't fact check it if he played in the first round, but he was at least important enough down the final stretch that he's going to have more trust than these other guys.
Mm-hmm. And look, we know how Tibbs get down. If Tibbs don't trust you, if he don't trust you in the regular season, he ain't trust you in the playoffs. If he ain't trust you in the regular season, that's not gonna happen. In the second round,
Josh Hart has unlimited Gatorade boosts. He's an outlier. He's going to be there on the court at all times.
He's definitely an outlier.
48.
Yeah, he's definitely an outlier. Let's see. Anything? I don't got
the Pacers' pace of play is going to make them.
Yes.
I don't know if it was as noticeable in game 1, but they're going to have some games where they just get out and running like crazy.
Oh yeah, I felt like
especially with the way the Knicks go after offensive rebounds, like cleared. Aaron Nesmith had a couple dunks. Obi had a couple big dunks. Through the leg dunks in transition is crazy.
Insane. In
the third quarter.
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now
he was feeling himself in the revenge game.
It was close. It was within 10 points at that point.
Like, that was wild. Like, what are you doing? But
they can put those runs together. So
I will say, I do think Indiana has a blowout in them. But in this, like in Indiana.
So.
I see a blowout coming.
That firepower is always going to be there.
Yeah.
TJ McConnell.
How is he your leading scorer?
He's like 32 and having the best season of his career. It's crazy.
Of his career.
Playoffs at that too. It's like he going crazy.
Highest average points, first time in double-digit points per game, I believe, and he only played 19 minutes a game.
Come on, man.
That's wild.
That's insane. That's actually
end up in the paint out of nowhere. I don't. It's crazy, but he's doing his thing.
That's definitely insane. But this is going to be another fun series. I think all of them is going to be fun. Besides the one we're about to talk about next.
I think this one might be shades of the Denver Lakers, where it's close, but that better team's just going to show up 4 more times.
You talking about Celtics and Cavs?
No, Knicks and Pacers.
Okay.
Knicks and 5.
I can see that.
Tops.
Be battles, but still lean Knicks.
I thought you was talking. Yeah, I'm leaning Knicks for sure. Still, I thought you was talking about this next matchup, the Celtics Cavs.
No, this is a 4-0. 4-0.
This is a.
Y'all want to talk about this? Do we have to?
Just real quick. This is another series I don't care about of the Celtics being involved. I didn't care about the Celtics series in the first round. I don't care about this series. Tonight it was 120-95. I don't think it was ever close. I don't think it's ever going to be.
First half was a little competitive, but then it just started.
Yeah, I don't think it's...
Third quarter, they turned it up again and took off. It was
the Cavs were like, hey, we scored 34 in the first quarter. Boston had 40. It's tough.
I think it's going to be 5 max. I think they're going to get them up out of here. They're going to be chilling, waiting for whoever wins.
The only reason I'm really tuned into this
they'll be waiting on the Knicks.
I just want to see what the Celtics are doing because I'm curious how they're... I mean... Porzingis is really important to them.
He is.
In the first place, they need him healthy.
They do.
Hopefully they have him back by next series for their own sake. But, I don't know. I'm just tuning in to watch. Derek White's playing out his mind, first of all. Still can't believe.
Motherfucking White. He had another 7 threes tonight.
He's just stamped at this point for me as that impact player. Like he's just
he's definitely
playing out of his mind.
He is definitely playing out of his mind, and that's what you
And
need.
tonight, he could be your 1. He could be your 5.
That's what
your
you
5th
need.
option. Like
that's what you need in the playoffs. That's exactly
Drew
what you
and
need.
Derek White to lock up on defense, but just always Jalen and Tatum, you're always just going to come back to them just for that scoring punch. The games haven't been close enough to where it's been weighed as heavily to where they need to be relied on, but I'm still kind of waiting for those games to show up. It probably won't be the series, unfortunately, but
no, it won't be.
Nah,
it won't be.
No. There's been a lot of there's been a lot of Jason Tatum talk this playoff so far, just because his stats haven't been the best. But obviously, the Celtics are winning and moving on. They're saying he's getting carried. I just think we have to wait for some actual legit competition.
Yeah, like, come on, man. You talking about the first series? You can't do that. It was like, you can't do that. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it. Exactly. It's easy to talk about people, brother. You got to context, people. Context matters. Context. I mean, when you're blown out of a team, your best player don't have to do shit when you're blown out of a team. Like, it just happens that way. But we don't have to talk about
hey, good job being here. You didn't lose in the first round. That's kind of your reward.
Exactly where you thought you were going to be.
Yeah, perfect. Pretty much. I'm not going to talk about this. I don't have nothing else really to say about this series. Like, am I going to tune in sometimes? But
I'm just looking at the toggle points with. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to pay attention to Evan Mobley just because him and Garland is where the question marks are going to go with the Cavs in the offseason. So I'm just kind of watching them, seeing what they're up to.
Garland has been awful.
He's been inconsistent. I know he's dealing with I know he got hit today.
He gets hit in the face like every game. I don't know. I'm like, he's so unlucky with that shit. It's crazy.
It's just the style of play. You get in there in the paint.
Being a small guard is tough in the playoffs.
Exactly. It's just gonna be tough.
It's very hard.
You can't get to the rim too.
What is he? 6'1"
on a good day.
Damn, that's a little ass backcourt. You think about him and Mitchell? That's little as hell.
It's a tale of extremes with that team.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about the Cavs and Celtics that long. Actually, that's all of the playoff series at this point, right?
That's the series. Yeah.
That's it.
Shout out to the Magic for taking it to 7 in the first round.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to them, and Ben Carroll, man, with his coming out party. Man, just keep improving, man. Just keep improving. You need shooting.
It's a great spot to be.
They'll make some changes, get some scoring over there.
You made the
they got a lot of pieces.
Yeah, you made the
bench pieces.
Yeah, you
move some other things in.
You got the right spot. You made the 5th seed when no one
Clay
thought.
Rumors there.
I did see that.
I saw mutual interest. I kind of like that fit over there for Clay.
I kind of like that. I kind of
do
like that. They need a shooter.
I think. I don't know. I hate to see the team lifers go somewhere else, but I feel like it would be like a wash thing. I feel like he could actually have an impact for them, and it wouldn't be
third option.
I don't know
on that team.
Other than maybe some ego things, but I feel like he's kind of worked out a lot of those issues already. Like that's been like a 2-3 year thing going on. Like I think he's in a lot better spot than he was 2 years ago. I'd hope.
Yeah.
Him going to the bench and showing us he can just come off and play a certain role. That was just huge for him going forward.
It's just
and
time.
He doesn't have to guard the best player or any stupid shit. Like they have good defenders to where he wouldn't.
Man, Orlando will be a good spot. I did see that. So I wouldn't be
a role for him.
No.
Yeah,
I am with you. One thing I do hate, I hate when team lifers leave their team and go somewhere awful, like Tony Parker when he left the Spurs and went to the damn Hornets.
He was beefing with DeJounte.
Yeah, ridiculous. Like what the fuck? Like
that was weird.
I don't want to see Clay leave the Warriors and go somewhere like we're never going to see him play meaningful basketball again. I think going to Orlando.
That's a good middle ground of not ring chasing.
Yeah.
And not. I don't know. It should be interesting to monitor. I don't know. I'm curious with Orlando because it's a great spot to be. They have young talent. They got to move off some contracts. Space. They got cap space, and not many teams have cap space.
That's right.
I mean, they could even trade for someone with that too. So
we'll see. I'm pretty sure their draft pick situation is solid going forward too. If they want to move anything, now just keep their picks and keep going.
I know earlier I said after Now, do I think they can make trades? Yes. I don't think they're gonna make no trade like the people saying on Twitter, like this 2K, like going for Booker or something like that. I think they'll make trades to help the team.
The names out there right now. What are your options? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do people?
We kind of talked about this a couple weeks ago, but
like free agent is not like we're gonna get in 22 and ever again.
We need like three dominoes to fall.
Yeah, like teams are either locking up players, or if the person actually is hidden free agent like a Paul George, they're like 34. I think Paul George is that age.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is, but not saying he's old, but he's old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're gonna make trades, but nothing like a Booker or somebody. But
it can be risky too, because their whole reason why they were good is because everyone kind of knew what to do. They could interject each other's styles. Jalen Suggs figured himself out. Paolo got better. Franz wasn't his greatest season, but he stayed steady. Wendell knows his job.
I think that's why Clay to them makes sense if he does go that way. They
don't have that spot up shooter. They don't have a little scoring punch. If he gives them 18 to 20, 22, nice little spot for him, because he's not going to have to create.
No.
Paolo and Franz going to do that for him. Just 3-and-D Clay at whatever age he is now.
No state taxes. I don't know if anybody said it yet. No state taxes. People always been on him on Florida teams.
Get that bag.
It's a real thing. God damn it, Texas. It's a real
Especially
thing.
If you go from California to Florida. Good
Lord. Oh my God. Listen. Good Lord.
You're trying to make some of that back. I feel
you don't understand, bro. Like a studio out there is like $3K. Like,
go lob Joe Lacob like 5% of your contract, make a little agreement.
Yeah, do something.
Hey, win-win for both sides. There you go.
Right. But man, enough of these playoff series, which I'm enjoying so far. But at halftime it's OKC 62, Dallas 53. Just for everybody who's going to be listening, this will drop tonight. The recorded version to get that shit out, and the video will be out in the morning. But we got to get some awards announcements. There's been some people been mad as hell.
All of these should have been no brainers.
You thought people wasn't mad about Defensive Player of the Year? We can start right there. Defensive Player of the Year.
People always, that's always an argument.
Yeah, people always gonna be mad.
Rudy won that. People are mad that Wemby didn't win. Listen, I saw shit about Wemby. I saw shit about AD. That's Laker fans. But Wemby, it's gonna be hard to give a player a rookie award like that when their team is not even competing for something. Like, it's going to be hard.
I could see the arguments that they had too. And part of my reasoning too, it really doesn't make any sense when it comes to actual voting. But Wemby is probably going to set a record for, if his career arc goes the way we think it's going to, he will win 5 defensive players of the year.
He definitely should. In a row.
Like,
he might
his reputation's there. The stats are there. The eye test is there.
Oh yeah,
the team just needs to get a little bit better and have some more impact than he's gonna be.
Year one, I'm okay with him not getting in year one. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't
second place in your rookie year is crazy.
That's still insane. Crazy. That's an accomplishment in itself. Go ahead and be proud of that.
I think people want to discredit Rudy so bad, and I get it. People don't like Rudy. When people don't like you get no grace. When people don't like you, there is no grace.
I don't know if it's. I think he's earned more respect just because people have been seeing it more in the playoffs now. Obviously, there's going to be the narratives, oh, the Wolves have better defenders, things like that. But I think just people seeing some of the plays he's made in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm people.
Switching.
Y'all
the
know
crazy thing with the Phoenix series.
I came around.
The Phoenix series is he was switching more than he should have. Like there's situations where I'm like, okay, you don't need to go all the way out like there. Just let someone else go do it. But no, he wanted it, like against KD on all these switches. And I mean,
like I'm saying, he gets active and it just changes your perception on him just being that, I get blocks and rebounds type of defender in the paint. Like, nah, he does.
No, he does a lot, man.
Out there. And
that's all he does. A lot of it is dude's not shooting the ball.
Yeah.
That's nothing. It's not even a block. It's, hey, this guy didn't get a shot up.
He's standing there. People don't want to shoot. They will kick the ball out.
This is the thing that kills me about people. People talk about Rudy offensive game or his contract or what he averaged per game. Do you know people forget players like Dennis Rodman? Yeah, he wasn't making that money like Rudy because nobody was making that money like that at that time. So, but he got paid for what he did. We're not asking Dennis Rodman to score. We're not asking Rudy to score. If you score, that's just icing on the cake at that point. You're
He
here.
had 6 points in game 1, and we gassed him up for 5-10 minutes early in the show.
Yes. If he
Let your impact be known.
Yes, you traded for him for 2 things: defensive rebounding. If Rudy wasn't doing that, then you have an argument to talk crazy about him. But guess what? He's doing his job for what the Wolves need him for. Perfect. Will Rudy work for other teams? Probably not, because they don't got other shit in place. But the Wolves got what they needed, and he's doing his job. And I don't understand why people would be mad about shit like that. Like talking about points per game. Like he's not Joel Embiid. You know
It's
what I'm
funny
saying?
to think pieces about the playoffs too, because it's like this is a regular season award at the end of the day too. Like
Exactly.
you just gotta remember that sometimes.
Yes, they come out in the playoffs because the playoffs start right after the regular season. So it's going to be hard to do all that. But I have no gripes with it. Rudy won. What is it, his 4th one?
He's the 3rd player to win 4. It's him,
So
Dikembe, and Ben Wallace.
Is the record 5? Is that why you said that?
4. It's a
The
3-way
record-
tie.
So to get the new record will be 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I could definitely see Wemby. I can see Wemby getting that.
It's a fresher award
Like
too.
you
I
said,
want to say in
he
the
might-
80s it came into existence.
He might
Well-
get 5 in a row, skip a year, get another one, skip a year, get another one after that, back to back, some shit.
If his team is good, if his team is good and he's healthy, it's going to be hard to not give it to somebody who's getting 5 blocks a game.
19
I'm
first
starting-
place votes in his rookie year.
As a
Bro,
rookie.
5 blocks. What does he get? What do you got like this year? 4 blocks a game.
And they'll be playing with each other together in the Olympics.
on a minutes restriction.
On a minutes restriction, he's going to learn so much about blocking and rebounding from Rudy. He's going to learn so much.
Shit,
But
they've been working together for like
Years. I remember a couple years back now.
and so
I don't know if it was consistent, but they've been in the gym together.
They have. He got 4 blocks a game and don't even know the NBA game yet. He's still learning. Man, look, next season we're gonna have to have.
We are gonna start sounding like just straight up dick riders, yo. The way you talk about this kid, I'm with you. I'm with
Just
you.
say when the season starts next season, we'll have a women's segment because it's like that now. It's like that. But I'm not gonna take away from Rudy right now. He
on the block with Wemby.
Yeah, pretty
Who
much.
voted DeMontis Sabonis in 3rd place?
I didn't look past first and second.
I didn't look. Honestly, I don't even be looking at that shit. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Actually, I lied. I looked to see where Caruso was. He got 1 3rd place vote.
Okay,
He did.
that's what's up.
He
Yeah,
got the Hustle Award too.
Yep, he got
I
the
didn't know that was
bullshit
a thing.
award. That's cool.
I had no idea.
I didn't either,
And
but
I
This
had no idea.
participation trophy shit.
Yeah, I had no idea what that was, but
Even for a Bulls player, I'm like, come on.
hey, if someone deserves it, he deserves it.
oh yeah, if anyone,
yes.
him or Josh Hart are the only 2 people I think.
It feels reputable if it's actually to a player. In that
Yeah.
round.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Some of these new awards, I'm like, come on.
We don't need that. We don't need that shit at all. But man, shout out to Rudy again for his 4th Defensive Player of the Year award. We also had Rookie of the Year announced. Since we are talking
That's
about
what
that man,
Unanimous.
Wemby, Victor.
I'm surprised there wasn't like one Chet
Wemby-
vote.
I'm not.
No man,
I'm firmly against even if you sit out a year, you can't be Rookie of the Year. So unanimous is perfect for me.
Hey, I hate it. I'm sorry that you missed your rookie year.
Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you
something.
missed
Who
your
else?
rookie. I'm
Joel?
sorry. Yeah,
Joel
I'm
sat out
sorry.
his rookie year.
I'm
Blake
sorry you
Griffin.
missed it. Yeah, I'm sorry you
Griffin.
missed it. But you're not a rookie this year. I'm sorry. Because guess what?
You got a paycheck and
On
everything.
your stat thing, when we look at that shit 20 years from now, it's gonna say you came in that year when you get picked that year. So I'm good with the unanimous. And everybody back in like October or November, December was like, Chet gonna be running? No, he's not. Wemby
He
is
had
going to win
stats
this.
on him for like a month and a half.
Yeah, like
Yep.
yeah, he's going to win this. Wemby's going to win, like regardless. Like yeah, and if you listen to our award show at the beginning, we picked other players for fun. Like
I
knew,
picked Scoot because I was just like hopeful, but even for my parlay, I had Wemby winning.
Yeah, like we knew Wemby was going to like. Only Wemby wasn't going to win this if he was hurt. That's it. That's the only way. And he wasn't hurt. He just was on a minutes restriction. That's it. So hopefully that goes up next season, which is a minutes restriction. He did them numbers on a minutes restriction.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Wemby averaging 38 minutes a game. What did he do this year? 30, 31? I think 30 might have been.
Probably not even.
Less
28, high 20s.
28 a game.
28.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
you had. That's
29.7.
Dog, what? You give Wemby 71 minutes on the court? Man, please cut it out. Cut that shit out.
It's a wrap. It's a
Cut
wrap.
that. Dog, has anybody ever won? They have. Never mind. He's a rookie already. He couldn't do that. But he's gonna get that MVP. He's gonna be in that group of MVP, All-Star MVP, Finals MVP, and there's another award in one season. He's gonna
There's
win
a
that.
lot of award potential there.
Yeah, he's gonna sweep some shit one year. It's gonna maybe a couple. He's gonna sweep some shit soon. It's gonna
He's
happen.
going to.
Yeah,
it's going to be
happen.
1, 2, 3 seasons where it's like head and shoulders. He's above. I mean, obviously, but
I've had conversations with people.
Competition.
People have said he's gonna have like
points.
he could have like a LeBron type finals run. Listen, that shit is still hard to go to the finals no matter the roster. I don't know if Wemby can do. How many finals LeBron go to like 9 in a row? That shit's hard for anybody. Like just to do that. But do I think he's gonna dominate? Yeah. Do I think he's gonna be dominated with like those finals runs? No, man. I'm not gonna put that much on somebody, a rookie with a all-time great D. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not.
Let's chill.
Yeah, let's chill out.
Jeez.
But is he gonna go on a run? Yes. He's definitely gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude is here.
I mean, the Spurs will always put a good team out there eventually. It's just a matter of time.
That man don't even have an NBA body yet. He don't have NBA body yet. You know what I'm saying? He got some things, but shout out to Wemby. Winning a Rookie of the Year. We knew that was going to happen. I missed this award. Right, I missed this award, Executive of the Year. Who did that go to? I missed that. I should have looked it up before.
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens won it?
All you got to do is trade for Porzingis and you win.
And he traded for
Probably
Drew,
more
right?
of a cumulative thing.
I know. But it's
KP
like the
and
Celtics
Drew?
have been so good for so long.
Yeah, man, that's like a. Who else was in that? Who else was in that voting for that, man?
Sam Presti 2, Tim Conley 3, Leon Rose 4.
Tim Conley is where?
Those are your Minnesota. This wasn't even like his big off season too. It just kind of thing, but
I was about to say give it to
maybe
Leon
because
Rose.
I mean, I guess
Cooking up there.
I guess not Conley. I guess the Drew and the Porzingis was. I mean, I guess it.
I just thought it was cool that Brad Stevens just knows his ball. Plain and simple.
He does. He does.
He
wasn't even a
transitioned
bad
to the
coach.
executive role so easily.
Yeah, he wasn't even a bad coach. This is just easier for him.
He's lived 3 basketball lives and he's not even 45 probably.
No.
Seriously.
I think me and him are close to the same age. I mean, he's older than me, but me and him are definitely close to the same age.
How many seasons did he actually coach? It was like
5?
6?
5 or 6. And how long has this award been going around? Executive of the Year. I want to know who has the most. Do you know who has the most executive awards? I'm going to go on a limb and say.
I feel like they switched that award up so much it might be tough.
Yeah. How many Sam Presti
Some
have?
years are better than others too.
I wonder how many. Well, Sam got to have at least one, right?
Introduced in 1972.
Oh shit!
Jerry Colangelo.
How many did Jerry Krause win? I know that's
2.
probably He won 2? That's probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that can't be a award you can win all the time because you're not going to have a crazy offseason like that all the time, or you're not going to do a bunch of shit. So it's like, I think 2 or 3 might be the max for especially if you're there a long time. Like, you're not going to. How many of those you guys going to win? Seriously. So
A
Brad
lot of
Stevens
2-time
coached 8
winners.
seasons.
He coached 8 seasons? Damn.
8 seasons.
Dog.
Well, think how
Moved
long
up.
ago it was since he was at Butler, because he went from Butler to Boston. So
Yeah. Did he go to
2013.
Damn. That's crazy. Man. Dog. He didn't coach college basketball, an NBA team, and now he's the president of that said basketball team. And like you said, Jonah, 3
basketball ops.
No, he's not even 50 years old yet. He can't be. I don't think he's 50.
he's 47.
He's like
Oh, damn.
basketball Theo.
He just ain't got a ring yet, but
Nah,
soon,
he
bro.
gonna get there.
Soon. Yeah,
Tatum
yeah.
is the favorite to win Finals MVP, so we'll see this year.
I mean, Boston still has the best chance, but yeah.
Betting on that is crazy.
I know already.
That's
There's 8 teams
I
left.
saw that
You
with
feel that?
baseball last year. It made me laugh. I'm like,
People be bet. That is nuts to bet that already.
Nah.
Like what? Anyways.
somehow.
What other news? Oh, good riddance.
Go ahead.
Motherfucking Ham. Man, listen, you might be a great guy. You might be a good
Shams
dude.
had his hit piece 2 seconds after that final buzzer.
He did. I didn't even see it. That's crazy. That's nasty
That
work.
nobody went out.
Journalism is crazy these days, dog. Like, Jonah, you deep, like you in that writing field is, man, like get it, be the first one to put the story out no matter what. Like, any means necessary. Like, get this shit out. Like, damn, it's
nasty.
It's nasty out there, bro. Like, even
Got the
like
drafts loaded up.
the best ones out here are the nastiest ones out here, damn, honestly. And so it's like,
It's just newsbreakers.
yeah, it's
That's
like,
what it is.
yeah, it's like, man, you gotta be the first one. You just be saying some crazy shit. But yeah, it was time for him. It's gonna be interesting to see where the Lakers actually go. I know I'm seeing like
How attractive is the job? I mean, obviously we'll have to see what the LeBron player option. I think he comes back. There's no other option.
Yeah,
we probably know some shit by now.
Yeah,
but
it's
He
not
definitely
the best job, but it's not the worst job. It's still the Lakers, so it's high profile, but it's
Yeah.
also
it's not a
high
good
scrutiny.
first time job for a guy
It's
like
yeah.
Ham will get his chance somewhere else, I'm sure.
I
He
would
will.
not want to be. I would not want to be a first-time head coach going into this situation where, one, this can potentially be LeBron's last year. So
I
Are
saw
you- I don't want to be part of that. I saw that too.
That name floating around. Anybody else y'all see besides JJ? I don't want to talk about that.
I saw
There was Ty Lue
Lue.
rumors, but the Clippers are trying to lock him
But
up.
yeah, that was.
And
I
why
saw
would
the
he?
Jason.
Why would he want to
Exactly.
leave? The Clippers.
Yeah.
I don't know what we talked about. We don't know what the Clippers are doing, but I'd still rather be with the Clippers and be where I've been than
Yeah.
Ballmer
go
wouldn't let him go
switch
anyways.
locker rooms.
Not to the lake, exactly.
I can't believe I'm about to say this shit, but Budenholzer might be your best bet, especially with this roster, because he's won. I know he get a lot of. I've given him, a lot of, I've said crazy shit about him. He had questionable coaching, but he's not a bad coach. He's had questionable coaching situations, and his what's the word I'm looking for? His I can't think of the word. We come out of halftime. His adjustments.
Lack of adjustments.
Yeah,
I was
his
gonna say lack of
adjustment. Yeah, lack of adjustment was awful. But the people who were out there, you're not gonna do Kenny Atkinson. JJ Redick is just not. That does not seem good.
Since every year he said,
Yeah, like I would not want to do
he
that.
was with the
He's not
Hornets,
the
and then he
guy.
said, "Never mind, I'm going back to the Warriors bench."
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
It's not.
Why would you do that? This is just if you had a younger Bron, and this could still, like I said, potentially last year. No, man, I would not. Coach Budenholzer might be the one for sure. I mean,
Y'all think there's any actual stock in the Lakers telling Bronny, "Hey, we'll draft you if LeBron comes back on this extension for I think it was like 3 years."
did Shams or Woj say it?
he shouldn't become a pro.
I think it was
my
like The
opinion.
Athletic put something out.
Damn, isn't Shane
I
a part
think
of that?
he is.
He should not be coming to play pro basketball.
I 100% agree.
Now, is he a bad player? No. Does he have skilled
He's not ready.
No, he's not.
And he's coming off the injury. Everyone forgets that. They
USC
see
just
the
wasn't
numbers.
a good team.
No, yeah, it's
And
not.
it's just hard to make the NBA too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is.
It's difficult.
It is. It's very
Regardless
difficult.
of everything.
Yeah, it is very difficult. First of all, you got 12 to 15 spots. Let's start there. It's difficult to make the NBA roster in the first place, but he shouldn't be coming out. He should not be coming out. I wouldn't want to be. That's just dumb. That's just stupid. That's silly talk. That's silly talk. He's not going to. Is he going to improve the team that much? No, not at all. But with that being said, Laker fans out there, if I'm you, I would want Budenholzer because do you want to keep you don't want to keep switching. You don't want to keep switching coaches every 3 years. This is not a video game. You just can't. You know what I'm saying?
I saw someone say Steven Silas. I'm like, for what? Why would you want him right now?
My God.
And for next week, we got y'all with some better content.
Luke Walton time.
Because Steven Silas ain't it.
And it's not anything. Let's see.
In the last 10 years, they've been through D'Antoni, Byron Scott, Luke Walton, Frank, Cam. Like,
I think they said since Phil, no one's lasted longer than 3 years.
Yeah.
I think Vogel. Yeah.
What's crazy? Give me the coaches that Kobe had after Phil. Was it Byron, D'Antoni, Rudy Tomjanovich? Is he even?
Damn, Rudy did.
He was there in 04-05.
That was way back. That was the first Phil.
Which
departure.
Phil stint are you talking?
That was the first Phil retirement. Yo, I forget. You forget Phil left and then came back.
Who else was in between that one?
Frank Hamblin.
Who the
No
fuck?
clue. No clue.
It was probably interim.
Interim. Okay.
But people forget the Lakers had a lot of coaches even when Kobe was there. After Phil, like the middle stint, and then after
Mike Brown, D'Antoni, Byron Scott, Luke Walton.
Awful.
It's the Lakers, man. You got to produce and something.
You do. It's just awful. People forget Lakers had that terrible transition when the dad died, Dr. Bus died, and the brother was acting dumb. That's why Jenny was even in control. So
Jeannie took over. Yeah.
That's why she's fools. Yeah, that's why she's even in control. So hey, before we even get up out of here, was there a lot of preseason WNBA going on? Are you guys
it just started up.
Yeah, are you guys for me, no matter what sport it is, it's hard for me to watch preseason anything.
It's if I have nothing else going on, I'll watch it.
It's
one of those things. Like, it really depends.
Liberty Sky game tonight was free on WNBA.com.
Yeah.
The Celtics and Cavs game was at halftime, so I watched some of that.
Yeah, that's I can't. And people be so hyped for it. No. People were lined up. People were lined up outside Wintrust today.
I mean,
it depends what your favorites are. If you just root for that, you're gonna be locked in.
Yeah, I just don't be. I know how you guys felt. I just never preseason football. Preseason basketball.
Can't do preseason football.
It's all until the stars are out or somebody you care about is playing. Like you want to watch for the second string dude in football.
I watched preseason football because I just wanted to see what Jordan Love did for like one drive, and then I turned the game off because there was something. If you have like a young quarterback, yeah, it might be fun. But I mean, I watch for basketball because I'm a sicko, and I know that.
No, I hear you. I just
know about those role players at the end of the bench.
No, yeah.
You gotta watch.
Or if it's like a rookie that I want to see or something, I'm like,
I will say when I was younger, I'm still young, but when I was younger, I did. But I feel like now, I pick my time. Preseason, whatever sport, and then something else. It turns into background noise. Like I just don't be. I'm not gonna be like. I'm simply like, you can watch the game. No, I don't. It's
Or you watch the
preseason.
highlights or something.
Yeah, like I don't.
Mhm.
I go check it out, but I just wanted to. I didn't know how y'all felt about that. We never amongst us never really talk about preseason anything, really, unless it's like summer league.
I'm usually excited, but I don't have any takeaways.
Yeah, like it's never like
There's nothing to take away.
Yeah,
Like,
people be having
you wanna watch the
takeaways
first
and shit. I be
quarter of a
like,
preseason
what?
basketball
Takeaway?
game.
What do you mean takeaway? Huh?
Summer League's probably the most fun preseason, but it's not really preseason. It's just
Yeah.
like new players are playing.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
cool.
much.
It's summertime. We haven't seen
Mhm.
basketball in a while.
Yeah, facts.
You know.
Anything else, guys? Anything else, fellas? No.
Basketball time.
I'm about to go watch the rest of this Dallas
Same.
game.
And your hat is dope. Hey, Jonah, you've been killing it with the hats lately. You feel me? I don't know. Is that like a fishing hat or you
It's like a
fish?
little fake fishing hat.
Do you go
No.
fishing? Oh, okay. I didn't know. I gotta
I used
ask
to when I
people
was a
from the
kid.
people from the. Oh, okay. I love
We
fishing.
go up north to the lakes.
Fishing is fun.
Good
Fishing is
time.
very fun. But
I wasn't patient enough as a kid, but
that's the
I
thing.
don't like
we may do.
worms. I don't like worms or fish. Y'all have fun.
You don't like worms or fish?
slimy.
Do you eat fish?
Mm-mm.
You don't eat fish?
Not really, nah.
Damn.
I like me some fish.
And then the touching.
Why is Gordon Hayward playing?
I don't know.
All right, let's go.
I had some sushi today. But anyways, yeah, man. Man, I appreciate y'all every week like always, man. Like and subscribe, share, comment, talk to us, say what's up, you know. Same time like always next week. Peace.